we're operating against ghosts, and ghosts are tough to find.
Top investigators and police use the latest forensic science to uncover the truth and solve real cases. The devil is always in the details. Forensic Factor.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, Michigan House Republicans are putting forth the bills that would force students to participate in activities corresponding with their biological sex. We'll have the details. Plus, we're live in Washington, D.C. as Robert F. Kennedy Jr. faces questions as Trump's pick to lead the Department of Health and Human Services. And an update on the president's efforts to freeze federal funding. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Checking these out from Marquette. Good news here. Looks like temperatures will slowly be on the rise, or at least holding steady, as southwest winds will be bringing in some much milder air. In fact, by daybreak, we'll be in the mid-20s. That's not too bad as we close out the month of January soon here. And looking at pretty decent weather overall, cloudy skies, and then maybe some clearing later tonight as the lows dropping into the teens to the low 20s and then slowly rising everywhere toward daybreak. The rest of the forecast coming up later in the show. Kevin?
Tom, thanks very much. Michigan House Republicans have introduced bills to require things like sports awards and school bathrooms to reflect a person's given gender at birth. Introduced on Tuesday, the legislation is already facing widespread criticism for violating personal privacy. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has more from lawmakers on the new bills.
Michigan House Republicans are hoping to pass more gender regulations for sports and schools.
We just are genetically built different, and so we need to have a fair and equal opportunity.
Two similar bills were introduced to the House this week. The first has been labeled the Female Athletics Integrity of Records, or FAIR Act. The bills would require any official awards, rankings, or records in sports to be categorized based on a person's gender as it was assigned at birth.
Biological males have their own category. Biological females have their own category. If you identify as something else, you have your own category. So everybody is a winner in this.
The second bill requires educational institutions to enforce restroom and changing room use based on biological sex. The bills have already been called an attack on privacy and an attempt to erase the transgender community.
We are attacking not only the most vulnerable people in our community, but also some of the youngest.
House Democrats say even if the bills make it to the governor's desk, they believe it's unlikely she would sign them.
I think we need to stand up for all of our kids, calling out when we see attempts at government overreach to infringe upon their basic rights.
The bills don't outline a required way to verify gender. Green says any group could pick the method that works best for them, and that her goal is to keep things fair and protect young kids in sports.
There's really no penalty for this. It's just I want it to be fair.
The bills have been sent to the House Committee on Education and Workforce, where they wait for a hearing before they can see a vote in the full House. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
Today, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. faced senators on Capitol Hill for his first cabinet confirmation hearing. RFK Jr. is President Donald Trump's pick, to lead the Department of Health and Human Services. And our Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon has been following the hearing all day. And looks like we're having a little bit of trouble getting Brendan right now. So why don't we just move on to our next story first. Here we go. The White House has rescinded a memo from President Trump's budget office that directed agencies to temporarily freeze federal aid and grant money. This announcement follows legal challenges and confusion across America about the funding pause. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp shares the latest.
News reports have claimed that I'm anti-vaccine or anti-industry. I am neither. I am pro-safety.
Despite interruptions Tuesday morning, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. fielding a wide array of questions from members on the Senate Finance Committee.
You also said we need to trust the women to make that choice because I don't trust government to make any choices. You said that too, right?
Yes.
Democrats on the committee accusing Trump's pick to lead Health and Human Services of flip-flopping on his abortion stance.
I serve at the pleasure of the president. I'm going to implement his policies.
Democrats also pressed hard on previous remarks challenging the efficacy of certain vaccines.
I support the measles vaccine. I support the polio vaccine. I will do nothing as HHS secretary that makes it difficult or discourages people from taking either of those
Anybody
vaccines.
who believes that ought to look at the measles book you wrote saying parents have been misled into believing that measles is a deadly disease. That's not true.
Protesters and supporters of RFK Jr. were at today's hearing. Some disruptors were placed in handcuffs and escorted away.
And we're highly concerned about the effect that he can have on the entire, on the population.
Medical professionals with Doctors for America, like Meghna Rao, came to speak out against the nomination.
As an obstetrician gynecologist, I'm very concerned that he will harm women's health.
Supporters, like Kevin Revelle, traveled hours to show their support for RFK and his message.
There are certain things that happen, whether they're chemicals in foods or there are medications that may be forced on people. Those kinds of things, I believe, make America less healthy.
All right, and that was the wrong story there, but we do have Brendan for the follow-up. And Brendan, what more can you tell us?
Hey, Kevin, good to be with you. Yeah, so RFK Jr. will be back on Capitol Hill tomorrow answering questions in front of the Senate Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee tomorrow. However, it's senators on that Senate Finance Committee, which had the hearing today, that will determine the fate of RFK Jr. They'll be determining whether to advance his nomination through committee and onto the Senate floor. Republicans we heard from today seem pretty optimistic that the Finance Committee will be able to do that. I was able to catch up with Michigan Senator Alyssa Slotkin and asked her about RFK going through this process. She says she still has some questions that need to be answered, and she's going to be watching closely that committee hearing tomorrow. A lot more to come from here on Capitol Hill regarding these cabinet nominations over the course of the next week or two. Kevin?
Brendan, thank you very much. Now let's turn to the White House, resending that memo from President Trump's budget office that directed agencies to temporarily freeze federal aid and grant money. Here's Rachel Knapp.
In just a matter of days, the Trump White House rescinds a memo directing agencies to temporarily freeze federal aid and grants. On Monday, the White House Office of Management and Budget sent a memo to federal agencies to pause funding for trillions of dollars in grants and loans. In that memo, it said last fiscal year, the government spent more than $3 trillion for federal assistance, such as grants and loans. The memo goes on to say this temporary pause will provide the administration time to review agency programs and determine the best uses of the funding for those programs consistent with the law and the president's priorities. That caused a lot of confusion for nonprofits, schools, and anyone that receives this kind of aid if they were included in this freeze. The White House had to later clarify things like Social Security and Medicaid would not be impacted. On Tuesday, a handful of states' attorney generals announced they were suing the Trump administration, arguing he doesn't have that kind of authority to do that, and a federal judge temporarily paused Trump's funding freeze for a few days. And on Wednesday afternoon, the White House acting director for the Office of Management and Budget told agencies that the memo for freezing aid has been rescinded. In a social media post, the White House press secretary says this is not a rescission of the federal funding freeze. It is simply a rescission of the OMB memo. She also adds the president's executive order on federal funding remain in full force in effect and will be rigorously implemented. The press secretary could be referencing Trump's executive orders last week that told agencies to review and eliminate spending on so-called woke ideologies. At the Capitol, Rachel Knapp, WZMQ 19 News.
Your first warning weather forecast is coming up after the break, and later, the Escanaba Downtown Development Authority is looking to install a social district. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
John's Auto has been voted the #1 dealer to buy pre-owned vehicle for longer than I've been alive. If you're looking for a vehicle, or if you're looking for someone to help with your current car, or if you need to get yours looking like new again, come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
New CBS Thursday. We're on a mission to get the word out.
I'm Mandy McAllister.
That you're always invited to come laugh at Georgie and Mandy's first marriage.
I didn't even say anything!
TV's most watched new comedy.
I'm a fan. Thank you, Bubba.
That ravers can't stop raving about.
I'm impressed. Feels like there's a butt coming.
I feel it too.
You two are impossible. See, that feels better.
Lucky for us, Georgie and Mandy return CBS Thursday, 8/7 Central, part of CBS Winter Premieres, and streaming on Paramount+.
Update your home with new GE appliances from Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. GE appliances are built to last, have print-resistant finishes, and offer high performance with energy efficiency. Kirkish has a large selection for both kitchen and laundry. Free delivery and 0% financing.
She's inquisitive.
What led to this young lady finding you in this compromising situation?
And firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS.
Is your parents' car sounding funny? Do you hear any clunks, rattles, squeaks, or leaks? Tell them to call John's Auto Service Department for fast, friendly, and affordable service. Come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
It's Shunk's Big Winter Sale. It's that time of year when you spend more time on your sofa, more time on your recliner, and more time in bed. During Shunk's Big Winter Sale, you'll save on the furniture you need. And there's big savings on quality Amish dining room, too. Have it built the way you want it, or save even more on floor sample closeouts. And mattresses from Serta, Sealy, Tempur-Pedic, and Stearns & Foster. The selection and discounts have never been greater. Shop Shunk's Big Winter Sale at both locations for big discounts. Shop Shunk's in Marquette today.
Now, WZMQ TV19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
Checking out the jet stream here that we do once in a while. The cold core here is now looking more toward the eastern part of Canada. Jet stream moves northward. That's a good look that we will get some milder air in here, at least in the short term, like tomorrow. We have a real roller coaster ride here on the temperature profile here. Look as it goes. We had cold air for today, jumping up tomorrow, sliding down again as we head towards Saturday, and then a nice big jump on the old pogo stick there on Sunday, and then going back down, and it may stay for a few more days once we get into the beginning of next week. So we do have a lot of changes in those temperatures. Not much in the way of precipitation, though. The initial hit of some warm air for tomorrow, milder air, is this nice southerly flow here that will be going on through the daytime hours on Thursday. And then it gets colder the following day. The winds shift to the northwest later in the day on Thursday. Notice, though, the wind speed's not that strong, so it won't be that rush of cold air. It'll be a slow, gradual drop, but a drop nonetheless. And as for precip, warm front will move through late tonight, early tomorrow morning. Maybe a quick hit of flurries. But by mid-morning, you can see some sun breaks in, but the clouds quickly come in for Thursday evening, and that will lead to some colder air, but not really a lot of precipitation. As we head on toward Friday, as you can see, some limited lake effect here out toward Houghton and Eagle Harbor there, and perhaps a touch of flurries early Friday morning for the Marquette region. So forecast for tonight. Temperatures, these are evening temperatures. They'll tend to rise as we head on toward daybreak, probably into the mid-20s, maybe some leftover light snow and flurries here and there, but general trend to be toward some clearing later on tonight. Quick hit of maybe a little snow tomorrow morning early, and then the sun comes back in. Temperatures will be into the upper 30s, even close to the 40 degrees, as you can see along the Wisconsin border. And the rest of the forecast, dropping down for Friday, maybe a few light snow showers, same for Saturday, cold again. You can see the threat here, at least from Marquette, pretty small. Groundhog Day on Sunday, we'll see if old Phil sees his shadow. Temperatures bumping up, upper 30s near 40, and we'll see what happens there again. But then we get, you can see a 3-day hit of some cold air, goes back down, cold air to stay. Looks like upper teens and near 20 from Monday into Wednesday.
Tom, thank you. And coming up next, we're joined by Northern Michigan University to talk about a professional development conference they're hosting next month. We'll be right back.
What happens when the world's best journalists come together?
This was an entire building. It will take years to rebuild.
We're from CBS News, American television.
You get the all-new CBS Evening News every weeknight.
New to Medicare? Recently moved or losing coverage? Then let us help break it down for you. First up, we have Medicare Part A. Consider your hospital insurance as your safety net, covering inpatient hospital stays, skilled nursing facilities, hospice care, and some home health care. It's the help for your peace of mind, ensuring that you get the care you may need when you need it. And now let's talk about Medicare Part B, your medical insurance. This is your key to most preventative services, outpatient care and doctor visits, from flu shots to screenings. Part B, you're at the forefront of proactive health care. If you enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan, the plan may provide all of your Medicare Part A and Medicare Part B coverage, and it is designed with you in mind, providing a wide array of coverage options for personalized care. Review your Medicare coverage options, ensuring it aligns with your evolving healthcare needs, from flu shots to screenings.
Call 800-208-7175. 800-208-7175.
Better begins with the way we see each other. Better begins with the way we treat each other. Better begins with the way we care for each other. Better begins at Aspirus Health, bringing out the better in all of us.
The world's longest running prank show is back. Just for laughs, gags.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. Coming up next month, Northern Michigan University is hosting the Peak 25 Conference, a two-day professional development opportunity. Joining us tonight from NMU is the director of SISU, the Innovation Institute, Bill Dignight. Bill, welcome back.
Hey, thanks for having me. Appreciate being here.
Of course, of course. Well, break it down for us. What's to come?
Yeah, so SISU, Innovate Marquette, Northern Michigan University, and many of our other partners are producing the Peak 25 Conference. It is really built off Innovation Week that we've had going on the last couple of years. I know we brought it to TV19 last year and talking about it. Mm-hmm. And it is a professional development experience that's bringing in world-renowned keynotes, experiences, and really exciting things. And it is the best thing, free. We wanted to make sure that this professional development conference was accessible. The keynotes we have coming in is Deborah Amato of NASA.
Wow.
She's the chief technologist, and we're so excited for her to talk about what's going on in innovation, collaboration, and research, as well as Mark Twite, who's coming in, world-renowned climber, and among other things around the world. We have Bob Jackhart. We have Adobe coming in to do the Adobe Design Jam. We have on February 19, 20, and 21 is when the event will be taking place. You can get tickets at tickets.nmu.edu. They're free, so you just need to register. Sure. We have an exciting outdoor innovation event. We're partnering with our Sustainability Summit that's happening that week with Dr. Jess Thompson and the Shine group, as well as we have many pitch competitions that are happening. We have our mini pitch, which is happening tomorrow as part of our Ascent series, as well as the big pitch and the outdoor innovation pitch, which has over $50,000 in prizes and services that'll be supporting new innovative products. So if you're interested in learning a bit more about innovation, collaboration, or research, you can definitely want to come to the Peak Conference.
Sure, that was kind of my next question is who are you expecting or hoping will come?
Yeah, this is an event for everyone. Obviously, our campus community of faculty, staff, and students, but we want people with ideas, young entrepreneurs. If you've always thought of doing something and you're like, I don't know how to get it off the ground, this is a place to dream. This is a place to connect ideas to other thinkers and doers and innovators. We have a lot of exciting sessions with upskilling within the innovative sphere. And our partners I can't not thank Innovate Marquette enough for partnering with us, as well as the College of Business at Northern Michigan University, the College of Graduate Studies, the university as a whole. Embers Credit Union's working with us. Adobe has been a great sponsor as well, and many other partners. But it's for you, it's for the community, UP-wide. High school students, middle school students are coming into our mini pitch. These sessions come for one session or come for the whole week. You can go to peak25.org to check out all the information, or SISU, nmu.edu/SISU. But tickets is .nmu.edu is really where you want to go to register and get those free tickets. They're free, people. We want to see you there.
All right, excellent. Is there anything else you think people who are looking to come should know?
There will be no tickets on campus for parking. I think the really exciting thing that people are going to want to know is that we have breakfast and lunches that are going to be provided. There's lots of networking opportunities. We have our outdoor innovation showcase. We're going to have moon bikes and all kinds of crazy things that people can ride outside. Our 3-minute thesis is going to be happening through our McNair program. There's just so many great things. Check out the website. There's a ton of stuff going on, Q&As. If you're interested in collaboration, research connection, this is where you want to be. And it's the Big City Professional Development Conference, but you don't have to fly there. You don't have to drive there. It's right here, it's free, and it's for our UP community.
Excellent. Bill, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Anytime. And coming up tomorrow, we're joined by Jesse Wiederhold from Visit Keweenaw to talk about their upcoming Winter Carnival and Jibba Jabba. That conversation's tomorrow, only on 19 News Insights. And still to come on your 19 News tonight, we'll tell you about those efforts to install a social district in downtown Escanaba. And later we'll hear about a former first responder who is trying to increase awareness and resources for mental health in the emergency field. We'll be right back after this.
New CBS Tonight.
Game night is here.
It's time to play.
Give it to me.
And laugh all night long.
In 2023, what was the most popular name for baby boys born in the U.S.?
Nick Cannon Jr.
With Hollywood Squares.
That was exciting.
The Price is Right at night.
Are you ready?
And Raid the Cage.
You are more stunning than the taser they used on me when I got too close to you.
CBS Wednesday is Game Night. Tonight at 8/7 Central on CBS.
How much longer? Relax. I can't. This online betting thing is getting out of control. Come on. We're having fun. But we need to pay rent, buy books, groceries. Blah, blah, blah. They're called priorities for a reason. We'll get to those things. Maybe. This isn't gonna end well.
Don't regret the bet. For tips that will help you play it smart, go to don'tregretthebet.org. A message from the Michigan Gaming Control Board.
A single touch can say 1,000 words. It says, I see you. I feel you. I got you. And I'm never letting go. Ever. Say it all with irresistibly touchable skin. Get in touch. Gold Bond.
Does cooking feel like a kitchen battle? You need Granite Stone Armor Max, the revolutionary cookware set with 4 durable layers of ultra non-stick. So slick, virtually nothing sticks. No oil or butter needed. You can get the Granite Stone Armor Max set for just 4 easy payments of $39.99. We'll include this razor-sharp knife set and deep steam and fry pan set, yours absolutely free. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free. Order now.
Welcome back, everyone. The popularity of social districts across the UP continues to grow, and the city of Escanaba could be the next municipality to establish one. Our Escanaba reporter, Lily Simmons, has the details.
Escanaba's Downtown Development Authority is asking City Council to approve the creation of a social district, a designated outdoor area where patrons can enjoy alcoholic beverages from approved businesses.
The idea of being able to provide seating outside without having to be what I call caged in on the sidewalk certainly is appealing. The ability to take the alcoholic beverage and walk up and down the longest small town downtown in Michigan certainly has a lot of benefits to it.
The Ludington Street Social District would start at $14 14th Street and end at the marina, with the inclusion of select side streets. The marina and municipal dock would serve as common areas for the city's growing event scene.
We're hoping that we can get it in place before a new event on June 28th. We're going to have the Escanaba Log Jam Festival. It's going to be a big music festival right here on Ludington Street, along with some lumberjack activities that celebrate our timber history here in Escanaba.
13 downtown businesses and organizations qualify to be part of the social district.
They have to be licensed by the state and approved by Escanaba to be able to do it. Those that we have talked with are very excited about this opportunity.
The DDA believes the social district would have a positive impact on the businesses that choose to participate and on downtown Escanaba as a whole.
This is just another way to reimagine how we use our downtown through the music festivals, different events, and activities that allow a place for people to gather and celebrate our community.
City Council will vote on the DDA's proposal next Thursday. Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Escanaba.
First responders deal with extremely stressful situations which can take a toll on mental health. Christiane Benavidez shows us how one former EMT is on a mission to raise awareness about how to seek help.
At this Florida treatment center, retired EMS Captain Steve Campana has found a new call of duty. Alongside Mac, his one-year-old Golden Doodle rescue, who is a therapy dog.
Everywhere Mac goes, the door's open. People want to come see him.
The pair's mission to help guide and support first responders and veterans going through treatment for addiction and post-traumatic stress.
Campana has teamed up with the Hanley Foundation, a recovery treatment center in West Palm Beach, Florida, where he was once a patient himself.
Campana is the first responder liaison, providing support for people in treatment. And he's helped the foundation expand its Patriots program, which can help cover the cost for first responders and veterans. Dr. John Dybin is Chief of Research and Innovation at Hanley.
There is a unique power in going on a journey with somebody who's been where you are at now.
We need to be able to talk about what we're going through.
Campana spent 32 years as a Palm Beach County paramedic, responding to scenes of trauma that have left him scarred on the inside.
If I couldn't sleep at night because I was thinking about a call, I drank. I used drugs. It definitely helped ease the pain and fill the void until it didn't.
He's now been sober for nearly 8 years and is hoping to pass on what he learned to help others achieve sobriety.
If I want to keep this precious gift that I got to give it away.
All with Mac by his side.
The Hanley Foundation is working to add an additional 12 to 20 beds dedicated solely to first responders who need treatment for substance use or post-traumatic stress disorder. Tom DeVecchio has your final look at weather after the break, and we have the details on an upcoming Trappers Workshop taking place this weekend. We'll be right back.
Something draws us to Northern Michigan University, like a beacon, an experience. And so we head north. We immerse ourselves in the perfect environment to test our minds and try our hands. Guided by this community of scholars, mentors, and friends who show up for us in every way, we stay true. Because at NMU, where we are and who we are have always been one and the same, always north.
Jennifer Hudson Show. When Kelly Rowland is here, we get the giggles. Who was your first celebrity crush?
It was Tevin Campbell.
Plus a first-generation college student's big celebration. Then our most talked about spirit tunnels.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6. Here's your WZMQ CBS This Is Home Community Calendar.
The Shortlist, a countdown show that's all sports. See the greatest names and the greatest games in all sports. Top 10 miracle finishes, top 10 comebacks, the 10 greatest women in sports. Want to see who's number one? Watch all the way to the end of the show. Sports fans love it, and you will too. That's the Shortlist, counting down the top 10 of everything in sports. Only from SSN, the Cindy Sports Network.
Futurecast for the balance of the night. You can see the lake effect moves north. Quick hit of maybe a light snow early tomorrow morning around sunrise. Don't think it'll amount to much. The sun comes in behind it, help warm our temperatures, only to have them go back down again on this northwesterly flow as we head toward Friday. So here it is, the pogo stick. We're going up Thursday, mid-30s here, and then dropping into the upper 20s on Friday. Light snow possible Friday and Saturday, getting warmer for Groundhog Day. Kevin?
Tom, thank you. And finally tonight, on Saturday, the UP Trappers Association is hosting its annual New Trappers Workshop in Hermansville. The workshop is open to trapping newcomers of any age, and kids will receive a Weasel Box starter kit. They'll also learn about caring for and utilizing animals after catching them, safety, and sportsmanship. Now in its 20th year, the workshop continues to draw new people, ensuring an important American tradition is passed on to future generations.
Trapping is what made America. Many cities were built because of the fur trade. It gets a father and son or a mother and daughter or whatever combination out in the outdoors and enjoying it, learning about it, seeing a track and be able to identify what animal made that track.
The New Trappers Workshop is free to the public and runs from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central Time at the Community Center. And that's all with the time we have for tonight, folks. We'll see you later at 11:10 Central.